So the topic of revision for this video is electrocardiogram, cardiac cycle, and hemoglobin myoglobin curve. So electrocardiogram is also known as ECG in abbreviated form. It is basically a graphical representation of the electrical activity that happens in the heart. This is how the graph goes. It has got waves P, Q, R, S, and T, wherein this represents the QRS complex wave, which shows the ventricular depolarization. Let's talk about the waves of the ECG. What do they represent? So the P wave represents atrial depolarization, जहाँ पर electrical excitation occurs of both the right as well as left atrium. The QRS complex, this one, or the ECG wave presents the excitation of the ventricles of the heart, which are also called ventricular depolarization. And this last T wave here, this represents the relaxation or the repolarization of ventricles. And there's no wave on this ECG which presents the atrial repolarization on a normal ECG. So what's basically explaining the QRS complex? QRS complex shows the ventricular depolarization overall. So, Q wave in the QRS complex shows the depolarization of interventricular septum, and the wave moves from left to right. The R wave of the QRS complex shows depolarization of all the major muscles of ventricles, while the S wave shows the depolarization of posterior basal muscles of the ventricles, and इस case में it moves from the base to the upper side, that is towards the AV node, like as shown in this rough diagram. So this was just a little overview of the different parts of the ECG and what do they represent. The diagram, the graph basically, P wave, QRS complex, T wave, and the Q, R, and S wave from the QRS complex. Talking of about the cardiac cycle, this is basically the representation of a heart, how it heart looks. This is the right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. We have the aortic arch, we have the pulmonary trunk, we have over here the superior vena cava as well as the inferior vena cava. ठीक है, the tricuspid valve, the bicuspid valve, and the semilunar valves for the arctic, aortic arc and the pulmonary trunk. The tricuspid valve and the bicuspid valve are called the AV valves or the atrioventricular valves. These both valves. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs, and the vein carries oxygenated blood from lungs to heart. Or so we all know the basic working of the heart. When the atrium contracts, ventricle are relaxed, and vice versa. It happens. There's a pericardium over the entire heart, which is basically a sac-like covering of the heart. We call it as the pericardium. It's an outer layer. So there are three major phases of cardiac cycle. The first phase is called the ventricular diastole. In ventricular diastole, the blood is filled in the atrium and the atrial contraction takes place. At this situation, at ventricular diastole, the ventricles are relaxed and they are in a state of readiness to take the blood into them. So basically, in ventricular diastole, the blood is filled into the ventricles through the opening of the arterioventricle walls, the tricuspid and bicuspid walls. In case of The second part phase of the cardiac cycle is the isovolumetric contraction. And in this case, the ventricles contract and the arterioventricular walls are closed, but the semilunar walls are open. So the lub sound comes from the closing of the AV walls and the semilunar walls are open. So from this ventricular contraction, the blood will flow through the aortic arc and the pulmonary trunk. In the third phase is called as the isovolumetric relaxation. In this case, the blood will fill from the superior and inferior vena cava and the pulmonary vein into the atriums, and in this case, the semilunar wall will close. So, SA node is the sinoatrial node, which is also known as the pacemaker of the heart. AV node is the atrioventricular node. So, this is it for the basic overview of the cardiac cycle, just for revision purposes. Talking about blood pressure, what basically is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the laminar flow within the of blood within the blood vessels. So this laminar flow of blood in the vessels, they exert a pressure on the walls of the blood vessels, and this causes a blood pressure. So when is our blood pressure high or low? It happens during the cardiac cycle. So when ventricular constriction is there, we have high blood pressure, which is also called systole or systolic pressure. It is equivalent to 120 milligram Hg, millimeter Hg. While in case of ventricular relaxation, there is low blood pressure or diastole, which is also known as the diastolic pressure, that is 80 mmHg. What is pulse pressure? Pulse pressure is the difference between these two, difference between the systole and the diastole. So that is called the pulse pressure. And mean arterial pressure, or also known as MAP, it is the average of all these pressure. The average of systolic, diastolic, and pulse pressure is the mean arterial pressure. And generally, systole जो है आपका basic the ventricular constriction, it is for a shorter period of time, while the diastole or the ventricular relaxation happens for a longer duration. It stays for a longer duration. Diastole time is higher and the systole time is lower. This is the formula for mean arterial pressure, wherein the MAP is equal to diastolic pressure plus 1/3 of pulse pressure. Talking about hemoglobin and myoglobin. Hemoglobin is basically the core molecule required for carrying oxygen in blood. It's a globular protein, soluble, and it's oligomeric. It has more than one subunit. It has a quaternary structure. Alpha 2 beta 2 side chain जो है इसका होता है. In our state of this hemoglobin, oxygen is present and is attached to the hemoglobin. So it is the oxy state of hemoglobin. The T state, also called as the tensed state, in this case, oxygen is absent and it's not attached to any of the subunit of hemoglobin. This is called the deoxygenated form of hemoglobin. It is in T state. So the deoxyhemoglobin is in the T state, while the oxyhemoglobin is in the R state. Iron is the core molecule of hemoglobin. It is surrounded by four porphyrin rings. Histidine is the molecule that provides buffering feature to the hemoglobin. At low pH, hemoglobin shows less affinity for oxygen, and at high pH, it shows more affinity for oxygen. The chromoprotein is the one that imparts red color to the hemoglobin, and basically the binding of one oxygen molecule, increases the tendency of other oxygen molecules to add to the hemoglobin. Myoglobin is a globular protein, monomeric only, and it has only one long polypeptide chain with 8 helical segments. It contains histidine, which helps it to bind with iron when iron when it is in myoglobin due to the lone pair of N. ठीक है. So the affinity of myoglobin to oxygen is greater than hemoglobin. Sickle cell anemia is occurs due to point mutation in a single amino acid change happens. So due to this, the solubility of deoxy form of hemoglobin decreases and hemoglobin attaches to carbon dioxide instead of oxygen, and it tends to remain in the T state or the tense state. So the person ends up having low dissolved oxygen in the blood. So that's the condition of sickle cell anemia, in which because of a point mutation, the solubility decreases. ठीक है, and hemoglobin is attached to carbon dioxide, remains in the T state, and it is in the deoxy form. And the person with this condition will not have proper amount of dissolved oxygen in the blood. uh, One structural protein that can also act as an enzyme is the myosin. This is the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve, or it is also known as hemoglobin saturation curve. It's a sigmoidal curve. The percent saturation of hemoglobin is on the y-axis, while the partial pressure of O2 is on the x-axis. This hemoglobin curve or hemoglobin saturation curve shows whether the hemoglobin will retain or release oxygen. So this is how it is. So in lungs, oxygen should be retained, and in bodies, oxygen should be released by the hemoglobin. So this is how it the graph shows. So myoglobin जो है, it binds much more oxygen at lower partial pressure of oxygen as compared to hemoglobin. So this allows for oxygen to be released at the tissue level, and uh, purified hemoglobin will, or also known as stripped hemoglobin, will have much higher affinity for oxygen. So the graph will be on this side, or than the whole blood. So whole blood's graph is this नीचे वाला sigmoidal curve. Hemoglobin attached to carbon dioxide is somewhere in between, while the stripped hemoglobin, that is the purified hemoglobin, is somewhere above. So this was it for this time ka video. Hope it helps. Thank you so much.